The battle for online payments is escalating. This week, Bank of America, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo introduced a service that allows customers to transfer money using only an email address or cell phone number. It is called ClearXchange. And for more, we are joined by Wells Fargo's head of enterprise payment strategy and also now the chairman of this new venture, Mike Kennedy. He is in our San Francisco bureau. And also Dominic, who has been covering this story for us, is joining us as well. Mike, first off, we know essentially sort of the basics of how this works, but tell us, who are the consumers that you're targeting for this exchange?
Well, first, Betty, thank you for having me on the show. We are targeting our customers. They've been telling us that they'd like a safe, convenient way to transfer funds to other individuals using the safety and security of their online banking and mobile banking sessions with their existing banks and their existing bank accounts. We're seeing over 800 in the United States, over $860 billion of transactions between individuals. Most of these are done with cash and check. And we think that we can provide a simpler solution in a very safe and secure manner for these customers to make these transactions.
Well, Mike, it's a very compelling product that you're talking about here, but it already exists. It's called PayPal. So what makes yours different than what's happening with PayPal right now?
Well, I think that one of the benefits that we're providing is being able to utilize your existing bank checking and savings account and doing it from your existing bank websites and mobile sites without having to open up an additional account.
Well, okay, if that's the case here, so if we are facilitating this flow of funds between institutions here, how many customers do you guys represent? Your consortium, your joint venture, has JP Morgan, yourselves at Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. About what percentage of Americans do you guys cover in terms of actual accounts or individuals here?
Well, each of the banks discloses that information differently, so I can't talk about the number of accounts or individuals. But if you look at some external reports, there's estimates as high as 50% of the online banking accounts are with these three institutions.
And if you're not a member of these three banks, you can't use the service then, right?
Well, that is correct today. However, our goal is to make this ubiquitous so that people will be able to send money to, our customers will be able to send money to or receive money from anyone, regardless of where they bank. So we are in conversations with other institutions to bring them into the network. Like
who, for instance? Are you able to say?
At this point, I'm not able to say who we're in conversations with.
Mike, are there plans for you to expand this beyond just individuals? You know, could it be a vendor system? Could this replace, say, cash or credit cards in the future?
Well, we think that this is complementary to a lot of the other payment types out there. And so we do think in terms of payments to other individuals, it could definitely help to replace cash. However, we think it's complementary to credit cards, debit cards, and other ways that our customers choose to make payments. And at this point, we really are focusing on those person-to-person transactions.
Mike, can you give us a sense of how much of a market share you expect from, what are your goals, for market share here?
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at market share. If we're looking at the entire person-to-person payment market, cash and check are the vast majority of those. And so if we can take even a fraction of those 11 billion transactions per year, then I think we'll be doing great. So that's what we're really focusing on, making it easy and secure for our customers and allowing those that want to do this electronically to do it easy and through their bank.
But what about just the online payments portion of that market then? I mean, what market share are you looking at there?
We don't have a target in mind for that right now.
Well, Mike, one of the big concerns when you're talking about person-to-person payment or any kind of online or even mobile payment, that's even beyond the realm of kind of concept for a lot of people out there. One of the big concerns is security. So what is your firm or what is your joint venture going to do to address the security issue of transferring money by cell phone or by email?
Well, that's one of the great things about the fact that we're not telling these customers to go to a new site. They're not going to go to the ClearXchange site. Rather, they're going to continue to utilize their bank's online website or their bank's mobile apps or mobile websites. And the banks have been conducting payment transactions through those sites for years, and therefore have built up robust security around how those transactions can occur in terms of what the authentication is to log into those and the difficulties and the fraud screenings that we do around those sites. So that's one of the beautiful things about the way that we've set this up.
So Mike, clear this up for me. Forgive me if I'm asking this again, but is this free for customers then, that are members of your bank?
Yes, so it will be up to each of the individual banks over time to decide what they would like to charge or not charge for this service. But today we are already in market, in the Arizona market, with Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and soon to be Chase as well. And in that market, it is free today.
Okay, but there's a possibility of a fee, though, attached to this at some point.
Well, I think that each of the banks will individually have to look at the adoption of the service, what the pros and cons in their minds are of keeping it as a free service versus starting to charge a fee for the value that's being delivered.
Mike, thank you. Really appreciate it. Mike Kennedy, who is the head of this new ClearXchange.